Here it is. Look. Lobster, shrimp, corn, potatoes, sausage. Unbelievable. Hello, I'm Chef Don McMillan. Welcome to Simple and Delicious Recipes. My recipe for today is really delicious. I'm going to make a Cajun seafood boil. That's right, seafood boil, and we're not playing around. We're going to use lobster and shrimp. Now, check it out. The shrimp, I didn't peel them, I just deveined them. I used a serrated edge knife, went across the top, put it under cold running water, took out that little gritty stuff that's in there, put it back, and I have here my lobsters along with the lobster claws. They're gonna be great. Got some Andouille sausage, you know that I'm gonna hook that up. It's gotta be Cajun with Andouille, right? Garlic, corn, potatoes. It is gonna be delicious. So, here's how we do it. Get it started. First of all, you need a tall pot, all right? You can't do it in a saute pan, you can't do it in a frying pan, you can't do it in a cast iron pan, but you can do it in a pot that has a good lid. You're going to need a lot of room because you're going to put in water so it boils. That's why it's called a Cajun seafood boil, okay? We got lots of ingredients to go in there, so if they all don't fit, it's not going to work, all right? Plus, all that liquid and everything there, it's going to be so flavorful, you've got to do it. So get a big pot. So if you got a cast iron Dutch oven, perfect. All right. If you got a pasta pot, perfect. That works just as well. Just take that grate out. Okay. Or not. Leave it in and you can take everything out at once. All depends on how you like to do it. All right. We're going to cook our onions. Now, we're not going to boil the onions. I know we're going to boil them later, but I want to get a little flavor going. So I'll put some butter in there. And as the butter's melting, I'm going to add in these onions. Now, I cut the onions pretty big, all right? So large dice is what we normally call it. And the reason we did that is that you want to see it when you eat it. You know, you're going to eat that too and enjoy it. So we're going to put the onions there, and we're just going to cook them just a little bit, get some flavor going. Because as you know, and I say this over and over, everything we do is about the flavor. So let's go get that stirring. So while that's going on, I'm going to take my garlic, and what I'm going to do is just smash it, okay? So just put a knife on a cutting board like this with the blade going away from you and just push down, smash. You can peel the outside off if you want, that's up to you. We're going to boil it and then we're going to eat it, right? So I'm not going to chop it up. But after it's cooked, it's definitely very edible. And want to add so much flavor to our boil. Okay, those onions are cooking up nicely. Doing a good job in there, boys. Let's just cook them just a little bit more. Starting to smell wonderful. Wonderful. You know, my good friend, may he rest in peace, Justin Wilson, said you want to make somebody mad at you, invite him over to your house, and cook some onions and bacon, and don't give them any. Then you'll never see them again. All right, we're almost ready with that. Oh, I love onions. I cook them every day. My favorite vegetable. I'd have to give up cooking if I didn't have any more onions. Because it's so good. Add so much flavor, so much character to your cooking. All right, let's add in the smashed garlic. Let them cook for another minute. Get in there. Oh, an onion jumped out of the pot. Get in there, boy. I know you want to join the party. All right. So I'm going to get my potatoes ready. So with the potatoes, I'm just going to give them like a quarter cut. I want them pretty big. All right. If there's any brown spots, dark spots, spots that you're not happy with, cut them out, throw them away. You know. If the potatoes are really big, do that. I'm not peeling them. I'm using these red bliss potatoes. And they're going to go in there, peel and all. But just give them a nice cut. Let me stir, stir, stir. All right, now we're going to do with what I'm doing. I've got the andouille sausage. I cut it big pieces, nice chunks. This is going to be a meal. All right, just It's going to be a meal, not a soup, but a boil. So I'm adding in my sausage. Now they're already smoked and pre-cooked, so I just need to get a little color going on them. A little, let them hit the bottom of the pot. A little of that protein come off, and then when we add the water in there, it'll all come up and be part of the broth. This is going to be so delicious. Oh man, that is going on. All right, get back to the potatoes. Got them. That is a spot I don't like. We'll cut that out. Look at my corn. I cut it in smaller bite-sized pieces, okay? So you can just take it, do a little nibble on it. Got a bunch of corn going to go in there as well. All right, I'm going to add some lemon juice. The acid is going to add a lot of flavor to this particular dish, and I think the best acid to add is citrus. So let's put it right in there. Give it a little squeeze. And I'm going to leave the skins, the lemons right in there after I squeeze them. We throw them away later, just like you would with the bay leaves, which are going to go in there as well. Yes, cook them on down now. Man. I know you're going to love this dish because it offers so much in there. Flip it one more time. Throw that in there. Good. All right. Give it another stir. Yes. All right. Bay leaves. We have a little bay leaf bush out back, and we have all the bay leaves we're going to need, so we're good. Put them in there, all right? Look at this, Cajun seasoning. And I know it looks like a lot. It really does look like a lot, but it's going to go through and flavor the sauce and everything. And I tell you what, we're going to be eating the shrimp and the lobster with our hands. Don't rub your eyes, okay? Wash them a little bit, get that heat off of them because this Cajun seasoning is hot. But it's good. It's good. Alright. Now, water. Let's go ahead and place that water right in there. That's why I said you need a big pot. And we're going to bring that up to a boil. And we're going to add in our potatoes and our corn. But I'm not adding in the seafood right now, as you can see, because the seafood cooks in a short period of time, and if I put it in there too soon, it would overcook and it would become rubbery. All right, so let's let these cook for a little while before we put the seafood in there. Great. Now, I checked. Potatoes are perfect. Corn is ready. We've got to cook our seafood. I'm going to do it in 2 stages. First of all, I'm going to add in our lobster. Why? The lobster takes a little longer to cook than the shrimp. So let's go ahead and put the lobster in there. Don't worry, boys. You'll be joining your buddies in just a minute. So in goes the lobster. Be sure it's submerged. And we're going to let it cook for about 3-4 minutes. And then we're going to add the shrimp and let it cook for about 2 more minutes. And hey, we are going to be ready to eat this baby. Well, look at these shrimp. Look, the lobster has turned a gorgeous red. Tells me it's ready for shrimp. Take a little room in there, buddies, because we're going to put in these gorgeous shrimp. These are jumbo shrimp. Jumbo shrimp means they're called 16s, which means everyone's an ounce, 16 to a pound. Yes, get them in there. You can see I opened up the back of them and took out a little bit of that grit that's back in there. So it makes it a little easier for us to eat, but this is a peel and eat shrimp. This is a peel and eat dish, right? So we're going to get our fingers in there and going to enjoy it as well. And by the way, the seafood is actually flavoring the stock. So it's making, I know we poured water in there and we put the sausage and the onions and the lemon and all that in there, but the seafood now is going to kick it up. And something about making a seafood stock, you do not have to leave the seafood in there for a long period of time. In fact, if you do, it tends to make it bitter. Usually when I make seafood stock, I simmer the shells for just half an hour, 30 minutes tops, okay? So keep that in mind. And the best seafood stock is made with shellfish. That's why when you go to the supermarket, you pay a lot of money for that little bottle of clam juice, right? You want good seafood stock? The shells. So if you're going to peel the shrimp shells at home, if you have some lobster shells and you just want the meat, save the shells in your freezer, and then when you're ready, you make a fabulous stock. And by the way, we have the link for that as well. So if you want to know about seafood stock, you want to know about doing a seafood butter, we've got that link below too. And I'm going to hook that up in just a minute. But let's let the shrimp get happy in that water. All right, I think this is done. I'm just going to check. May need a little bit of adjustment on the seasoning, okay? That's what Julia Child used to say at the end of her recipes. Adjust the seasonings. Got the kick. It needs a little more salt. So let's put a little salt in there. And I'm going to add a touch more black pepper, not red pepper, just a little bit more black pepper. Give it a little bit of a stir. Get all those, look at it, look at all this. Shrimp, lobster, taters, oh man, got it going. So this is our Cajun seafood boil, man. It is ever so good. So now I'm going to take it out, and guess what? We're going to lay it right here on our butcher paper. You know, that's the way they do it down there in New Orleans, right? Going to eat it like that. We don't have those little cardboard boxes anymore, but we got lots of paper. We're going to put it right on there. All right. So we're going to have some corn. We're going to have some lobster. I'm going to take it out a little careful so I don't knock anything apart in here. But you're going to see all those goodies that is right there in the pot. Look at that. Andouille sausage, shrimp, lobster. Here it is. Look. Lobster, shrimp, corn, potatoes, sausage. Unbelievable. The aroma is killing you. We've saved the broth. I'm going to strain it. You can drink it like a soup if you wish. I'm telling you, it is so good. How can I make it any better? Check it out. This is my spicy butter sauce. I'm going to put the link below because I know you're going to want to watch that video too, because this completes the show. Let's hook it up. Look. Is your mouth watering yet? I know everybody else in this room, this mouth is watering, but we just have to wait because we're going to hook this thing up and do it right. Yes. All my senses are alive with the sound of seafood. Yes. Hook us up on Patreon because you're going to want to see more of these videos because we just want to just do so much. There's so much out there to hook it up for you. Let us know in a comment. Maybe you have some ideas like, hey chef, can you do this? How about that? Make some ideas. I respond to every comment, okay? While you're down there, click on the Patreon link. Also, subscribe. If you haven't done that yet, we certainly love you to do that. Hit that like button. That makes me happy to see that too. And always, you know, what makes me happy is eating good food. And when you're cooking with Chef Don, it's always simple and delicious.